Well, welcome back, my friends, all to another rousing rendition, a Choir Boys Outdoors, controversial rendition, if you will. Y'all check this out real quick. One of the guys at work brought me this to see if I could sharpen it. It's one of those old school survival knives. Now, it's got a knife, the sheath is nice. It's leather. This one says, let's see, Yeller, Miami, USA. It was made in Japan. Let's see. 440 stainless, 540 Japan. It's just one of those old school knives, survival knives, hollow handle and type things. So we're going to work on it. Listen, all knife reviewers, myself included, are biased. We absolutely 100% are. Let me tell you a couple things. I've been sandblasting today, so while I do some dumb shit typically, I don't typically stand by a fire with a paper suit on. I've been sandblasting a little bit. Listen, here's the thing. This isn't a calling out video. This isn't a call to action video. This really isn't even a video talking shit. It's truth. It's reality. We're all biased. And I want to address it. I think sometimes in this game, in this knife tube game, we get going on certain topics, we get rolling on certain topics, and shit gets lost. What do I mean by we're all biased? Well, exactly what it says. Now, bias can be a couple of different things, right? It can be positive, it can be negative. Not everything in this thing's a sales pitch. We've gotten to a point and a place in our society, just being real with you, being 100% real with you, where we don't believe shit. Everything's an angle. Everything, somebody always has to have some ulterior motive. We don't believe anything. There's always something going on behind the scenes. And that's just the society we live in. But the truth is, when it comes to these knife reviews, one, they're 100% opinion. 100%. I don't care who it is, and I'll raise my hand. I'm the first to tell. I'll tell y'all in videos, I am biased. Now, here's why I'm bringing this up. Again, it's not some call to action. It's just some things I've been thinking about. Being biased isn't just a sales pitch. Like, if you look around, if you look at this knife tube, and I don't give a shit if it's here or whatever platform, TikTok, Rumble, Facebook, whatever. You're going to have guys who are incredibly positive. You're going to have guys who are incredibly critical. You're going to have guys who toe the line. The thing is this: before you say, "Well, so and so's not," ask them what their favorite knife is. Ask them what their favorite knife company is. This isn't a calling you out thing. That's not what this is. This is a video to I just kind of want to tell you, like, where I come from and my perspective on the knife thing. And let me say this up front too. There are all kind of people in knife tube, whether man, woman, boy, girl. There are people who do this who are just getting started. There are people who have done this for years. There are people, I've had 4 different knife reviewers tell me, 4 different people tell me the exact same thing. I got into this because everybody was just so positive and so up, and I wanted to add my own spin to it and point out the negative. 4 different people, right? So there's 2 sides to everything. There are, and we're just going to be real in this. None of it's right, none of it's wrong, none of it. The reason I'm doing it is for you, the viewer, to get a better picture kind of behind the scenes, right? There are some folks, well, I watch so-and-so because they don't give a shit. They just say it how it is. It's a game, it's a gimmick, right? If you have 20 people who will say this is the greatest knife in the world, there's always going to be another group that go, you know what? There's people that don't believe that, and I can get clicks and views off that, so they're always going to take the negative. That's not bad. That's growing your brand, right? And as long as we're upfront and we're honest about that, I don't see anything wrong with it. There are people, there are reviewers who get paid, who charge a cash price to review a knife. I'm not here to condemn that. Hey, if somebody's dumb enough to pay you money to review a knife, brother, sister, you take it and you run with it while you can. I'm not against it. I'm not. There's people, I'll tell you where I'm at too, and then we'll get to the point. I used to get really kind of defensive about the free knife thing. I don't give a shit. Dude, I'm sweating. I'm in a paper suit, sandblasting. I don't care what anybody thinks. I do this for fun. Hey, you know what? A free knife is a myth because of the time and effort and stress. And you want to do a good job on it, right? But I get where people are coming from with it. But I want you guys that get hung up on that for a minute. I want you to think about something. And I just want you to think about this. For everybody to say, well, it must be nice to get a free knife. I can understand that. I can. Seriously. But look at it like this. Say a knife, say Work Tough Gear, it's Work Tough Wednesday. Say one of the knives they give me, you were going to buy, right? You didn't get to buy one. You think it's because it went to me. Okay. From a business perspective, and let's just be real, and I have reviewed Work Tough Gear for the past 2.5, 3 years, okay? Is it smarter for them to sell you the knife or give the knife to someone who's going to literally get anywhere from 1,000 to 1,000,000 views on it and sell? That's the way they're looking at it from a business standpoint, right? I know that for me, if you watch my channel today, there's probably going to be 15 or 20 shorts total. All the time, all the effort, and I'm not justifying, I'm done justifying. I'm just saying, from a knife reviewer's point of view, it's our time, our effort, our money, our energy, right? The other side of that, guys, is this. I have probably 10 to 15 Work Tough Gears out in the community right now being reviewed. Not a pat on my back. I try to pay it forward some as much as I can. I really do. I try to use some of them for giveaways and things like that. That's where I'm at on that. Let's get to the bias stuff. And here's the thing. I'm never going to change your mind, and I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that, and I'm just done feeling bad about certain things. On to the bias. Everybody's biased. That's not a negative. It makes every knife reviewer unique. As long as we're upfront with you, you know I'm a fanboy. You know I am. You know what you're going to get when you watch these videos. You know it. Here's what I would encourage you to do, right? If there's a knife that you really, really, really are interested in, and you see it on my channel, and you hear how much I love it and I adore it, and you see it cut paper and stab tires, and do all of this and all the positives, go watch a Joe X video on Work Tough Gear. Watch his collection, right? Go watch some of these other guys who don't like Work Tough Gear for personal reasons. We got to get over this thing. Well, I hate that guy because he likes this company, or I hate that guy because he dislikes this company. Guys, none of this is personal. None of this. There's 3 or 4 people in the community that absolutely hate Work Tough Gear because of me. That's the dumbest ass thing I've ever heard in my life. It really, really, truly is. There's people who hate Benchmade and Essie and Tops and because of knife reviewers. Why would you shortchange yourself because you don't like a personality on social media that you choose to watch? Now, here's where being biased comes in, positive and negative. And I can only speak to myself. Some of it you could consider it a little clickbaity. Some of it you can consider it open for discussion, right? I'd like for some other knife reviewers to speak on it. But the truth of the matter, guys, is this, okay? I'm on the positive side. Now, we've never seen a knife you don't like, and you never will. You know why? There's 2 reasons, and I'm going to be real upfront with you right here. The first reason is this. I have a job that I have to come to pay my bills. It might be some days where I'm sandblasting, right? Like this past couple weeks. It's a hot, thankless job. It's not rocket science. I've done it since I was 19 years old. Next week, I might have to do some powder coating. I might have to load some trailers. I might have some guys out in the liquid. I may have to do that. Wherever there's a need, I'm going to be. Okay? Whether I like doing that or not. So when it comes to a hobby and a passion of mine, I'm going to show things that I enjoy. Why wouldn't I? Why would I want to show you something that I don't like and you go, I wonder what's wrong with that knife? man, there might not be nothing wrong with the knife. I just don't like it. Can I be real with you? I don't like Essie or Benchmade. It's nothing personal at all. They're fine people that work at both companies. Their designs don't speak to me. So why would I have one of their products and be ho-hum? You guys are used to me being upbeat or scab petty or wide open or hardcore. And if I have a knife that I am not 100% on board with because, man, it just doesn't speak to me, you're in your mind, and this is no shot at you, but this is human nature. You're going to go, I wonder what the hell's wrong with that knife. I've had that happen 3 times with 3 different companies. One of the times, and this is the honest to God's truth, I shot a video. I loved the knife, but I was so damn tired. When I done the narration, I had 3 people go, Scab, off to the side, hand before God. It was on Bark River. Scab, man, we love Bark River. Do you not like Bark River? No, I love it. Why? That energy wasn't there. The other 2 times, well, one of the other times, someone talked me, and it's my own fault, but I let them talk negatively about the company, and it impacted my review. The other time, I did a knife that I didn't want to do, but all 3 times, somebody said privately, what's wrong with that knife? And that kind of resonated with me, and I'll tell you why. Because if somebody's saying it privately to me, then more people publicly are thinking it. I am not here to sell knives. I say that all the time. Let me tell you what I'm also not here to do. I am not here to take money out of people's pockets. I know what it is to work. I don't just put on dirty clothes and get in front of the camera and act like I work. You see, I'm beat up. You see the scars, the dirt every day, right? I'm not taking money out of people's pocket because I don't like something. Yes, I am biased. I'll 100%, 100%, 100%. I know my limits. I know how I come off, right? You say, well, Scab, you can't say that about other people. Let me just say this, and I'll make it brief. The past week and a half, I've been sick. I have not felt well. This past weekend, Saturday, I spent most of the day on the couch. That is rare for me. I watch knife reviews. I watched a lot of them, didn't say anything. And something you need to know about knife reviewers, we don't watch a lot of other knife channels. We may say we do, we don't, okay? Just being real. This is a whole truth bomb video. Every last knife reviewer on there had some kind of bias. I'm not saying that it was negative, but you could see it. Whether they were positive about the knife, whether they were negative, you could see it. I watched one channel, and they did a great job on the knife, but over and over and over and over again, they said, not a real fan of the company, and I don't think they were doing it like an underlying shot. I'm not saying that. But some of the subliminals that come off of that, right? Now, I do think if you don't like a company, I really do think you should say, hey, listen, this is not my cup of tea. I'm going to give it my best effort, right? I do. Not because we owe that company anything. We owe you that. And I'm not here to call out the knife. That's not what this is. And some people are going to say, well, you're talking about other people and not yourself. No, I'm talking primarily about me because we're about to do some things differently on the channel. And I'm going to be real honest with you. I'm a little nervous about them. I don't have a game face. I am what I am. Right? My thing is this. Being open and transparent from a knife reviewing standpoint. I share way too much shit, personal and all that. I'm not saying that. But when it comes to knives and knife companies, I think it's time that knife reviewers start owning up and saying, it's not my cup of tea. Now, not every single knife review is a sales pitch. Not every single knife review is to bury a knife. Not every single knife review is biased, but every reviewer is. That's what I'm saying. And so you as viewers, and many of you are, a lot of you guys that subscribe to my channel, that actually watch my channel, you guys know your shit. You really do. So I'm not talking down to you on that, but I do think more people need to be aware and need to understand that, hey, we are all biased. That being said, I need to wrap it up. I'm Scab. You're not. Let me know in the comments. Tell me what you think.